Hi, what I'm going to show you now is a couple of hair ties. I was asked in another tutorial to show in a little bit more detail because they couldn't really see what was going on. So here's the one I did in the tutorial. We're starting just making a loop as you would when you join a couple of pieces of rope. If you put your fingers through like that, I find it's a big advantage because then you can just gather the hair up, pull it all through in one movement, and then tighten that down nice and tight. That on its own is likely to pull out. I'll explain later actually, well I'll explain now in fact, it's not such a bad idea to have something that can pull out just in case you ever forget and you've got hair tied up and perhaps somebody's in a suspension or something like that, or they're standing up and they fall over. You don't want them dangling by it. So something that slips out isn't terrible. You just don't want it slipping out when you don't want it slipping out. So to enhance that, what I tend to do is make a loop like that, pull the hair through and just tighten that down. If you put it inside the loop there, I find it tends to be a little, first loop, it tends to be a little bit more secure. And you can always throw an additional one on if you want to. So it's the same loop, pop it over. So that's the first one. So here's another one using that same loop technique. Throw it there, grab the hair, and what we can do now is, just like when you tie a rope in the middle, just flip the knot over and there. That's quite secure. As I say, it can slip, but it's not a terrible thing to have as a sort of safety device. Another one, another very simple one, it's one I picked up at one of Nakakira's courses. We're simply tying a really simple knot around the hair, tie it really tight. Got no circulation or nerves to worry here, you know. Bring the end through, being careful not to catch too much hair on the way. It's easy to catch strands in your fingers and things. And then same knot on top, and if you want to say, pop another one on. And that's pretty damn secure, that one. So that's it. A couple of 3 hair ties for you in fact. Have a play around, see what suits you, see what looks nicest. This one lays quite nicely, but it's up to you. Okay, just one quick little tip before we sign off. In terms of where you tie on the hair, if you tie it really close to the head, it can make it a little bit more difficult for you. If you tie too near the end, there's a chance of it slipping off. So, you know, round about the midpoint, or sort of 2/3 down, between midpoint and 2/3 is probably a nice position. So, have a play. Be back soon with more tutorials. And thank you very much.